Hi guys! Today's review is going to be of the Revoltech T-Rex. Now this is the second edition of it. The first edition is, I'm pretty sure, a branded Jurassic World toy. Whereas this is the exact same figure, they just lost the Jurassic World license for it. Now Revoltech is a Japanese company that make highly articulated figures, and they are very nicely detailed figures. So we'll just take him off at the base first. We'll just take him off the base and we'll have a look at this nice base first. So as you can see, it's a nice little detail. There's some footprints and the pegs where the feet pop in. So that's where the dinosaur stands. There's some nice mud detailing around here. And the plants, these ferns, look very nice. Let's see if we can get a close-up of those ferns. There we go. There's some very nice detailing on those. And we've got a rock around the back, which is kind of hidden when you put it on display. But oh well. And then we have these like fern-like trees. I'm not entirely sure what they're supposed to be. And they are on little joints. So you can bend them over like the T-Rex has just run through. And you can also like swivel them around a little bit. But I just tend to leave them up like that because it takes up the least amount of space when the trees are up. So yeah. So that's all there is to the base really. It's just a standalone little diorama sort of thing for the dinosaur. So now we'll move on to the dinosaur itself, which does. If you angle it enough, it will stand up on its own without the base. It's just all about the balance, like it is in like with dinosaurs in general. So let me just put the head back around. So this is the T-Rex. As you can see, this is my hand. They're not the biggest of figures, but the detail on them is amazing, and the articulation, so basically the posability on this guy, is pretty much top notch. So we'll start off with the head. As you can see from the front, it's a very Jurassic Park-esque T-Rex. And like I said at the beginning of the video, this was branded as a Jurassic Park dinosaur with the first release. The first release was more greeny coloured and was based off the T-Rexes from The Lost World, so like Jurassic Park 2. So yeah, so there's the detailing on the head. You can see really cool. The teeth look awesome. I love the teeth on this. You can see it goes down the neck. The little tiny arms. You can see the rib cage through the skin on the body. Nice looking legs. And the feet look pretty cool too. And then we've got the tail as well. Now the tail is made of a soft rubbery plastic because it has a wire in it. So it's got the bendy wire that makes the tails, and wings in things posable. I tend to just leave mine straight because the more you play with these wires, the more fragile they become, and you can already sort of see right there the wire is starting to prod out the rubber. Most of this figure is ball joints. But not just ball joints, they're like the ratchety ball joints. And they basically branded it as the Revoltech joint, because they act like ball joints, but they're ratchets. So I'll take the tail off so you can have a look at one of the arts. Not actually the best example of a Revoltech joint. The knee is a good example. There we go. So this one is a Revoltech joint in the knee, and it's basically, it can act like a ball joint because you can move it around, and they're very ratchety. so they will stay in whatever pose you put them in. There are also some softer, there are like softer hinge joints that have a little bit of trouble of holding poses just because they're not ratcheted. But like I said before, angle it right, it will hold the pose. So anyway, for articulation, like I said, the tail is bending. The base of the tail is on one of those ratcheted little ball joints, but you can't really do much with it. The hip is on one of those, is on a Revoltech joint. So that can go backwards and forward. It can go forwards, that, backwards, that, but as you can see, it breaks the mold, so it looks a little bit stupid. It can also go out. It can also go out, so you can make it look like it's having a pee, doggy style. The knee, that's the knee fully stretched out, and that's the knee fully bent. So you can get them into a nice crouching pose. For the ankle, it can go that far back so it's straight, and then that far forward, so once again for like crouching poses. The foot can go that, can it go even further back? It can go that far back so it's, the leg is pretty much straight, and then it can go, and then that far forward, so you can have it, the leg back a bit, put the other one forward a little bit, so you can have it so it's like it's walking. Oh yeah, and all the, wherever there is a Revoltech joint, it can also be sort of like a swivel as well. So with the tail. Don't know why you'd swivel the tail, but you just can. The arms are on little tiny Revoltech joints that aren't ratcheted. So they're just nice smooth joints. And depending on how you have it angled, depends on pretty much what the arm does. I tend to just have them there, so they're just like box standard T-Rex arms. The base of the neck here can go up. That's pretty much as far up as it'll go. And then you can go down like that. And if you try and push it further, you'll break the mold and it won't go any further anyway. The neck here is basically a rotation joint. So the dinosaur can look pretty much behind it. And the other way as well. And then the head is on one of those Revoltech joints, so it can look up. Nope. And it can look down-ish, but then you put it with the base of the neck for it to look all the way down. And obviously you can rotate it as well, so it can be like cocking its head, so it can look like a dog. And of course the mouth opens. Now that's as far as it would as it would open for it to look natural. But if you put the head up, so it's looking up, so the dinosaur's looking up, it can pretty much, hang on, the joints twisted around. There we go. So if you have it so the dinosaur's looking up, it can open its mouth ridiculously wide, where the muscle thing looks detached. So that is as wide as the mouth can go for it to look natural, just because of the little pink muscle bit. I never actually showed you inside the mouth. Up here, it's got the roof of the mouth is painted quite nicely. Don't know if you can't really tell from the lighting. And then for the lower jaw, you obviously have the tongue. and each tooth is individually painted. It's not like what you get with some dinosaur toys where they just go with the paintbrush and then it's just like there, all teeth painted in one go. Each tooth is individually painted, which is nice. And they are actually, you know, quite sharp teeth, so I mean, I can't really see it, but if I do it on my little finger, ouch. Yeah, they do a little bit of damage just there and there. So yeah, these teeth can do a little bit of damage. Now to get him on the base, you sort of have to take the feet off first. As you can see, in the feet there is the hole for the pegs to go in. So you just have to line it up with the footprint and then press down to make sure it's secure in place, and then do the same again with the other foot. So line it up with the footprint and press it down so it's secure, so these feet are not coming off. And then just put the joints back in the feet if you can. This is going to look quite awkward. There we go, there's one foot in. And then we'll get the other one in. There we go. And then now it's pegged in, you can get it sort of looking a bit more natural. So yeah, that's pretty much how I had it posed at the beginning. Now, because of the articulation, you can have it as classic T-Rex, like that. But you can also, well, accurate T-Rex, should I say. Or you can also have it as classic T-Rex, where it was stood upright. But I prefer accurate T-Rex. Classic T-Rex does look quite good with this figure as well, just because you can do things and it doesn't break the mold that much when you put it into classic T-Rex mode. There we go. Now for accessories, I unfortunately have all of the accessories for mine packed away in its box in the attic. So I can't show you the accessories, but it didn't really come with much. It came with alternate feet, so instead of them being splayed out feet like that, they were more like feet like that, as if it was taking a step, like it had just lifted its foot up. So it had 2 of those, so you could do it on either foot. And it also had a little name plaque, so you could have it displayed and have the name with it, so people knew it was a T-Rex. Though, why you wouldn't know this was a T-Rex, I have no idea. So for size comparisons, here he is with the World of Nintendo Fox McCloud figure. And you can see with the base, he is, yeah, a little taller. But the dinosaur overall, if you have him in this pose at least, is quite small. And this is the smallest of my size comparison figures. Here is with one of the FNAF figures from Funko, as Nightmare Chica. You can see she's a bit taller than what the trees would allow. And finally, we have Figma Kuritsugu, who towers over it. Even with the dinosaur on its base, Figmas will tower over it. Put that back there. So that's about it. That's all I can really say on this video. So yeah, this was sort of a last minute thing because the actual review I had planned would have taken me too long, and I'm on a little bit of a time constraint today because I'm off out in a few hours. So that review will come hopefully next week. But I'm not telling you what review it is, as a just in case I have time constraints again. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.